we'll do what we're supposed to do and all you're supposed to do. Let's look at the other 4 or 5 or 6 offerings in that space, and let's see who has the best chance of building a community, who's the best CEO, who's got a war chest so they actually have the money to do it, and then you can start seeing adoption. Mm-hmm. They go from very decentralized to less decentralized, right? EOS is going to be, it's already, I think, the fastest blockchain, and it's only 3 weeks old. Its critics will say it's not decentralized enough, that there's 21 nodes, the Chinese control a lot of them, and it's 3 weeks old. Give it some time. Let's see how it develops. My philosophy is, don't think you're so smart that you're going to pick the one winner. Is it Neo or Archain or Thunder or Ethereum? My simple way of thinking about this is, which systems have the most money behind them to encourage developers, to encourage products to be built on? And so it's one reason I give EOS a good chance of being successful, right? Block 1 raised a fortune. They didn't go out and say they were going to raise a fortune. They were just selling tokens. The market gave them a fortune. But now they have this monster war chest. They have a very good architect in Dan Larimer. And we'll see.
If you were just to give a rough estimate of what would be a good price, realizing that BTC is Big Daddy and everything kind of falls off Bitcoin, what's a range EOS fans like myself could buy in at?
So personally, I am not buying any alts until I'm convinced we've seen
that's fair. I
close
guess
to bottom of Bitcoin, but because I think a lot of alts will die. Although
yeah.
That being said, I don't think EOS is going to die because it has too much money behind it.
Yeah.
So I probably will buy some EOS because I know whenever the bull comes, whether it's next year or in 2023, it's going to pump like a mother.
Mm-hmm.
So this entire zone here. So let me see if I can pull up the square.
So currently it's at 76,000 Satoshis, if I read that correctly?
Yes.
Which is about $5-ish, a little less.
So we'll call this. So I'm going to call this entire zone. I'm going to put 2 rays basically. So put 1 ray there, and I'm going to put another ray there. And so I feel strongly that it'll hit here, roughly 55,500 Satoshi.
Okay.
So. And actually, I'd probably think the correct thing to do would be to put this one right about there. So if we hit here, 68,700, I'd probably buy a real small percent.
Okay.
Maybe 10-15%. I'd probably get put in another buy here at the 55,000. Maybe 50%.
Okay.
And then here, I'd put lots of tight ones. So maybe one here at 49.6, 46.5, and 42.3, and make them each like 10-15%.
Okay. Well, that's a game plan I can get behind.
It's difficult because it's just such a young coin. There's not much
history.
Yeah, not right. Hopefully that's helpful. Actually,
cool.
Wait, before we finish this coin up, I think there's kind of a little less conspicuous support level here. So if you see here, as it's trying to establish a bottom, it hits here, peak rejection. This is like the 20, looks, here, I'll just put a ray there, so about 20,600 Satoshi. It's going down, boom, rejected. Going down, hits that same level, boom, rejected. Boom, rejected. Boom, rejected. And then we test it and use it as support, not once, but twice.
So once we break through resistance, it becomes support. So that'd be a very strong level.
So I would I put a couple prayers here at the, I'd say probably 23,000. 23,000.
So if it goes down to 23,000, then you mortgage your house. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And actually, I mean, so we've already hit this 6,800, right? So we've already hit it. It's kind of a measly. So we're gonna hit it again, and I don't think it's gonna hold. So I would. I would need to reassess this, but my guess is this is not it.
Yeah, I think that's fair, especially
So I would probably delete this one and
focus on the 55,000.
right, put maybe like a 25% here. Maybe 25% at the 42K. Although this one's not very strong. The reason I put this one here is because in my mind it's the bottom of this demand zone. If we're going to call 71,500 the top of this demand zone, and see, I think in my mind this is all contiguous, so I would call the 40K the bottom of the demand zone. So a demand zone is where people buy, and price goes up, right? So you touch a demand zone. So this is a demand zone, right? So people are willing to buy at this price. So people buy, so the supply decreases, so price rises, right? And a supply zone is where people sell, right? Because the supply of said asset increases, okay? But yeah, I would put some, and I may, just to ensure I don't miss out on this low, I may increase it a little bit to right here.
And you typically do that once you determine an area. You try to go just a little bit above that. Make sure your orders execute. Correct?
Me personally, yes. I'm not educated in true price action trading. Price action trading is a type of technical analysis, just like Ichimoku clouds, Elliott wave theory, classical charting, Wyckoff. These are all different types of technical analysis, right? There's also price action trading, and they are much more knowledgeable on these, in my opinion, definitely than I am. And I would argue over many other types of traders, technical analysis traders. But yeah, me personally, I would set it just above to make sure it gets filled.
Okay. So for me, as a big EOS guy, I'm looking at putting in maybe 25%ish just above the 55,000 sat level, and then targeting just above each of these layers that you've outlined for us today, at the 55, 41, and 23 sat levels.
Yeah, I apologize. It's pretty. Yeah,
that's pretty good on the fly.
A good idea. And again, this evolves, right? And but I think that would be a fair plan. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot, man. It's been awesome talking to you today and educating me on technical analysis, and hopefully we have more to come.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.